Ahoy, me hearties! And, of course, Happy Halloween! The time is nigh. The moon is out. The wolves are howling. The witches are cackling. Even Dracula has pressed his tux. Welcome once again, mateys, to the most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the kids jingle belling.
Really, Jack?
Just in the spirit of things, Captain.
Cut it. But I can't say I don't agree, Jack. It is the most wonderful time of the year for us pirates, spirits, ghosts, and goblins, if you believe in that sort of thing. And here's a little secret. We do!
I'll say!
And welcome aboard the Swashbuckler's Hunt, the most feared ship of the 7 seas and the 3 rivers. Even the Gateway Clipper fleet don't dare challenge us when we're in the Pittsburgh port.
Oh, have you ever challenged them, sir?
No, but,
You know, the Gateway Clipper Empress is a big ship. Fast, too.
You know, maybe she could use a new first officer, Jack, if you get what I'm saying.
Sure thing, Drake. As I was.
As you were. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. This is your weekend hunt. Dead and buried treasures. And of course, I am Calico Drake, captain of this here vessel and your horror host for a night of scares, gasps, and general despicableness. This is our special Halloween show, and tonight we're hosting the granddaddy of them all, Night of the Living Dead.
Things can't get any better, can they, Drake?
No, they can't. And that's why we're here in this port this evening, me hearties. We're picking up some special cargo.
Ahoy, Captain! Prepare to receive our guest!
Who's our special guest for tonight's Halloween show, Captain?
I think the more accurate term here, Jack, is who's our pest tonight?
Why, hello, you old scalawag.
I should have given the order that we were being boarded by the British.
Who's that, Captain?
Oh, that would be my grandson, the eunuch.
You wish, you old blowhard. Calico is just jealous because I am a snappier dresser.
Hey, And speaking of snappier dresser, is that my ring you're wearing?
What? This old thing? I inherited it years ago.
But I'm not dead yet.
Yes, but that's the beauty of it all. You soon will be. And you must be the infamous Jack.
I am!
Well, hello, Jack. Aren't you one of the most beautiful exotic birds I've ever encountered in all of my travels?
Well, thank you!
Although birds transmit disease, but anywho, how about a proper introduction, Calico?
Jack, this is a descendant of mine. In this century, Reginald Gaylord Drake, part-time college historian. Reginald Wigglesworth.
My stage name.
Stage name?
Oh yes, I do quite a bit of community theater. When the package is this pretty, why deny the fans?
Yes, Reginald is me great grandson.
Well, welcome aboard, Reginald!
Oh, and a happy Halloween to you too, Jack. And please, call me Reggie. We're practically family.
No, we're not. Jack is me first officer, Reggie, and Reginald, is also captain of the USS Kaleidoscope.
Oh, that's right. I have a boat, and Commodore, actually, Calico. The most judgmental ship of the 7 seas.
Why the most judgmental?
Because our crew is comprised entirely of judges. I'm actually an attorney in my downtime, here in this century. The Kaleidoscope is my yacht, anchored about 20 miles from the Mon.
Family, huh? Wow, you two look, nothing alike.
Thanks. Although, I will say that I've always admired my great-grandfather's ability to navigate an entire ship with only one eye.
And might I say, I've always admired your ability to be in my presence without me trying to place me hands around your neck and kill you. Dead.
Yes, much appreciated.
Might I also add that pale suits you.
Oh, and tan suits you. Too much sun?
Spray on. Look, how long will you be staying with us, Reggie?
Yes, how long will you be around, Reggie?
Well, when Calico invited me to his Halloween masquerade, I just had to come.
I didn't invite you. He invited himself when he discovered we'd be in port, and it's not a masquerade, Reggie.
A ball?
Not a ball, Reggie.
Then why did I get all dressed up?
I have no idea.
A, costume extravaganza? What exactly is this, Calico? I mean, it's something for television, right?
I told you, I host monster movies every Friday and Saturday on television.
Oh. On purpose?
Unfortunately.
Well, what the hell, I can afford to cut loose once in a while.
Great.
Just make sure to get my good side.
It's a curse, Reginald.
I'll say it is. When you're this pretty, Jack, there's simply no other explanation.
No, I mean it's a TV show and a curse. And well, it's this whole thing.
Television?
Yes.
With cameras?
Yes.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, my. Oh, look at that. Hello, America. Or are you bigger?
Oh, bugger.
How did you ever land a gig like this? Is it a reality show? Oh, like The Bachelor? Or Temptation Island?
It's a curse, Reggie.
I should say so. Docking your ship in a Pittsburgh port is no easy thing. The paperwork alone has got to be stacked this high. There's so many legal documents and representations and all
speaking
types
of
of things you have to
movies,
file.
let's get underway. Our Halloween special tonight, as we've said all night long, is the grandmother of all zombie movies. Long before The Walking Dead, George Romero and John Russo created the original zombie movie, Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead? Why on earth would you want to show that old flop?
It's Halloween, Reggie.
Oh, well, all right. As long as there's candy. There's candy, right, Jack?
Always.
Any trick-or-treaters?
Only if they're eaten.
Captain?
Huh? Of course there are.
Oh, well, then we have an accord.
I was worried.
Oh, and tell me more about this 300-year-old curse. You know, Jack, what lured me into this situation in the first place was my affinity for history. Imagine a 17th century pirate ship perfectly preserved, docked right here in Pittsburgh. But no worries, no worries. I know the deal. People think it's some type of exhibit anyway at the Carnegie History Museum. Oh, and by the way, you're welcome on that one.
Reggie, we truly need to catch up. But first, our special this evening. Let's get out the My Bridge film projector and take you back to 1968 to a world that truly will
make you pee yourself. Seriously, what is this, Calico? A USA Today from 2015?
You know, Captain, I don't think Reggie knows about the Swashbuckler's haunt, the curse, or the movie props that we have on board, particularly down in the keel. Oh boy.
That would be a movie prop from the film Back to the Future 2. The newspaper that Doc Brown is holding when Marty changes the future in 2015.
A movie prop? You know, you seem to have a lot of these on the ship. Is that one of the Transformers?
It's gonna be a long night. Happy Halloween!
How did you find him, Captain?
Well, he's an attorney, so he can cut through red tape for us and get us access to things we need in this century. Plus, he's an historian at Robert Morris, so he can provide information to us when we need it.
I see.
Now, we've already been to the island to pick up tonight's film, so taking you back to 1968. This is the classic, except no substitutes, original zombie movie that started it all. A clean print, mind you. Night of the Living Dead.
Oh my heavens! Look at this movie prop. Is this a real lightsaber?
Enjoy the film, me heart. Now, Reginald, put that down for...
Oopsie daisy!
You cut through something.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, I don't know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Test. We're back on? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problem.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in? Gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep when the time changed.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish, you can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one. Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh? Hey, I mean praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
John.
right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? I suppose you've tried this. Do you live here? We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
What's happening?
Tell you what's happening.
What's happening?
Two of them. There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have to...
I don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
We're in here now. Don't look at it. more lights on in this house. Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up. Oh, God damn! Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay? That's strong. Here, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find. There, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long for those things to be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out. You know a place back down the road called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road with there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Could still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except... By now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me. Johnny. We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And, oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up, and I said, "Good evening." And he grabbed me. He grabbed me, and he ripped at me. He held me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny. Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny! Please help me! Please!
Look, don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No! My brother is not dead!
curse that has transported my grandfather and his entire crew from the past to the future, where he's now entrusted with the protection of movies and motion pictures by the curse of an enchanted island 300 years in the past. How does that kind of thing even happen? That would make that, what, the 1700s? The early 1700s. I mean, look at all this booty. Not even sure what it all does, but I recognize a lot of it from motion pictures that I've seen. Don't touch any of it, Reginald. Put that down, Reginald. Get your head out of the Michael Myers mask, Reginald. What makes him think I would want to play with this stuff anyway?
Ahoy! 30 seconds! Somebody signal the captain 30 seconds till we're back. 30 seconds! Signal the captain 30 seconds!
A TV show of all things. How does he even know about TV? Must have a lot to do with that enchanted island, I guess. My God, there's just so much stuff here. Hello? What is this? Huh, this looks expensive.
Stand by! Stand
like
by!
Some kind of Halloween staff or scepter of some kind. Now what's written on here? Sam Hain. What's that? Oh well. I'm gonna have to start believing sometime, I guess. Calico says everything around here's enchanted anyway. With my luck, this kind of thing would probably raise the dead. Oh, or some nonsense like that. I just wish I could get some kind of a decent cosmopolitan. Are you a magic stick, a magic wand of some type? Make me the most tasty margarita I can think of. Nothing. Perhaps a drink for Halloween. Oh, a witch's brew. Now that would be delicious. I could go for that. Yikes, that was red hot. Just leave it where I found it. Good thing I pay excellent health insurance that went right through my gloves. Calico would flip tables if he thought I messed with something on his ship. Stupid stick.
Which is even now developing. This radio station will remain on the air day and night. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. Please hear. Believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
Now, Hank, what is Halloween about that song? Let me answer that for you. Nothing. But I'm sure the Easter Bunny would poop a purple Twinkie after he heard that one. Yes, Professor?
Davy Bones, do you happen to know the location of the captain?
I think he was giving a tour of the ship to his brother, then he was stopping down here to check on our music for tonight's Halloween show. Why?
Because something has happened. I was decorating for tonight's Halloween party and I was listening to the radio. Something is causing the dead to rise. At least that's what I just heard on the radio, believe it or not.
Sounds like someone is watching tonight's movie but taking things just a little too seriously.
No, Davy, something's wrong.
Professor, I'm sure that you're just caught up in tonight's Halloween special.
I wish I was, Davy. This is something else. Page the captain. And as for you at home, you might want to lock your doors and close your windows because tonight's going to be a bumpy ride. I'll be right back.
We asked, and you responded.
Hey guys, I was just calling to tell you that I'm a really big fan of your show. Me and my friends watch it every Saturday night, and we are absolutely in love with all the monster movies that you talk about, and especially that they're from like the 50s, 60s, you know, the older movies. That's what we like about this show so much. We especially like your parrot Jack. He's always making us laugh. And it's just a very enjoyable show that we like to watch every Saturday. So I was just calling to give you my feedback, and I hope you continue to make more great shows. Thank you.
Hi, I just thought I'd call and tell you I am enjoying your monster movies. They're great. And also, I love Drake. Hope to see more of you. Bye.
Hey, this is Saul Cummel from Pittsburgh. I just want to tell you guys, I really love Dead and Buried's Treasure Show. I love all the old monster movies. It really takes me back to when I was a kid, and now I'm able to tell my friends, you know, you guys got to check this show out, and it'll bring back so many memories for you. Let me tell you, too, Calico Drake is hilarious. Although I tell you what, Jack really makes the show. He just busts Calico Drake every chance he gets, and I love it. Keep up the good work, guys. I will be shanghaied into your crew as long as the show is on. Thanks very much.
Hey, man, I think your show's kind of groovy. Bucket of Blood is what it is, man. What it is. Got that beatnik thing to it, and I just love it. Groovy, man, groovy. Hey, keep up the good work, guys. Okay, talk to you later.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
5 of us left. One of us is a murderer.
I get it.
One little Indian boy left all alone. Какой ужас. So he went and hanged himself, and then there were none.
So you're saying, Gardy, that you saw the actual news report?
I did, Captain, and only one thing has the power to raise the dead.
The Scepter of Samhain.
I heard you were giving your grandson a tour of the ship, and knowing he's unfamiliar with the props on board and the...
Hey, cheap shot!
We got separated near the galley. What did you do, Reginald?
Oh, I get it. The dead rising is all my fault. I was just admiring your trophy collection. And I found some props, a stick, a few bottles of very cheap rum, might I add.
Wait. Back up. You found a stick?
Yes.
What stick? Alright, wait. Think carefully. Did you make any comments to yourself around said stick?
Comments?
Yes.
Well, other than you being the worst host a grandson could ask for, I wished for a decent cosmopolitan.
Anything else?
No.
Reginald?
No.
Anything else?
No.
Now, Reginald, I promise I won't be angry. Did you say anything about raising the dead.
I said something about raising the dead.
Oh my god, unbelievable.
I knew it.
Hey, but hey, I also asked for a decent cosmopolitan, and I didn't get that. Oh, there's one.
Yes, Gertie, it looks like my goofball grandson might have raised the dead with the scepter of Samhain. Happy Halloween. Way to go, Reginald. You can't really help that you're an idiot, can you?
You're welcome, by the way.
You're welcome for what?
Well, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't even know what that Samhain thingy was capable of. And I burned my hand on that silly stick.
Yes, we're really lucky to have you around.
Yes, I should say so.
We were really lucky that the Island of Dead and Buried Treasures provide us with so many movie props.
Aye. They're real now, Jack. Where else could we have found the handbook for the recently deceased for Gertie to peruse?
From the movie Beetlejuice, right, Captain?
Aye. Just don't say his name 3 times. We have enough problems.
Who? You don't mean Beetle?
Don't.
According to the book, Captain, the scepter cannot kill the dead off.
What? Why not?
Well, the power within the Samhain scepter is to make it Halloween all year long, and anything else other than raising the dead would contradict its powers.
Are you hearing this, you old blowhard?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, Captain, all things considered, it is one hell of a way to ring in Halloween.
Tell me about it.
But I do have some good news.
What's that?
Do you remember a horror host from the 1970s and 1980s in the Pittsburgh area? I think they called him Chilly Billy.
Are you kidding? He was practically the dean at Horror Host College. That's right, I know stuff.
He was right here in the Pittsburgh area. Well, according to the book, Night of the Living Dead was the grandfather of all zombie movies. And Chilly Billy purposely cast himself in the film as a news reporter, so he could keep an eye on his producers from doing anything to actually wake the dead when they were shooting. Now it says here, Pittsburgh is at the heart of the zombie capital of the world. Night of the Living Dead was the first film made like this, and Chilly Billy wasn't taking any chances.
I heard he cast himself purposely.
He did cast himself. I remember the scene at the end of the movie. There's always been something powerful about the Pittsburgh area and its abilities involving the dead. Take it from me. I'm a college historian.
Good, good. I feel better about everything now. Thank you for clearing that up, Professor.
Well, he was very cunning. He knew of the scepter of Samhain and its potential, but it says here there was a sister scepter to counteract anything the original staff was capable of, thus returning everything to the status quo if it should ever be needed.
Ha! That shrewd old wizard. Well, then all we need is the sister scepter, right?
Well, it's more complicated than that.
It always is.
According to the handbook, Chilly Billy separated the 2 scepters and hid one away to keep it safe. He then created a map to find it if it was ever needed, but ripped the map into 3 separate pieces, giving one to several subsequent horror hosts that would follow in his footsteps in the event
he would pass on.
Oh, you know of the map?
I do.
What is it, Drake? This is good news, right?
That's right, Drake. How did you know?
Who are they, Captain?
Sluggo, from the 24-hour horror host channel, The VORTEXX. Jack Shadow, from Chiller Night Theater. And the Spooky Spectre, from FRIGHT NIGHT THEATRE, formerly FRIGHT NIGHT FRIDAY.
How did you know?
What is it, Drake? We simply contact them to see if they still have the portions of the map.
Oh, I know they still have them, Jack. You see, Chilly Billy divided the map into 3 pieces and gave it to his best students upon graduation. The key to the map would reveal the sister scepter of Samhain once the 3 corners of the map were brought together in case of emergency.
Well, this should be easy, right?
I don't think you understand, Jack. While all horror hosts are brothers and sisters united under the same flag, we still fight like family.
You know, Calico, how long will this little thing with your friends take? I mean, I'd like to at least get a decent meal before the night's over. What?
Well, it might be a small price to pay, Captain, considering the alternative.
Great. Well, while I try to make amends with family, couldn't this have waited until Thanksgiving? Fine. Let's get you back to the end of the world movie, Night of the Living Dead, while I try to prevent the real end of the world here. Isn't there ever a week that we just sit around and have a drink and a cheeseburger?
Seriously, Drake, an apple teeny wouldn't be the worst thing right now.
Oh boy.
We'll be right back.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest bulletin. Repeating, members of his cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour. All radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including the one to which you're listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials are at a loss to explain or, even at this hour, even to theorize about the reasons for this wave of murder. So far, the advice we are able to give the public is some of the words of Police Chief Camden, North Carolina, was quoted as saying, quote, "Tell the people, for God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here." End quote. Police Chief Dunmore of Camden, North Carolina. So far, the only descriptions, the only clues anyone has of the killers come from frightened witnesses of some of the slayings. Eastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like...
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday
and
it first became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
a
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets,
usual run of lawlessness.
food, and the radio.
Officials began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone's
Things as
bound to come and get us out.
creatures from outer space. So again, we join with law enforcement agencies, urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock the doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Be cautious of any suspicious strangers. And keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
Goes on in the absence of any law.
but I'm going upstairs now.
It's almost as though some critical balance of
If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it.
savage killers. We repeat, this radio station.
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you, reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Don't shoot! We're from town. A radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there. Now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this? Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we can fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1 million windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next. You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it. But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you box yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
It's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
It's all right.
Gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be in every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in that damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help?
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead. If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard you screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it
Where'd you get the bandage?
is. Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us so they'll tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon? We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Let's go up. Tom?
Yeah.
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Will you do it?
Do I have to?
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay.
Okay, open up.
Care of her, Helen. She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
Brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me, and that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on. There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
It reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this? Shut up!
In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured.
Welcome back to our Halloween special, folks.
Right. Apparently it's going to be Halloween for real unless Jack Shadow answers the phone. He's the first horror host I need to call from Chiller Night Theater. This one might prove difficult, Gertie.
And that's different because...
Well, I haven't seen Jack. I haven't seen Jack Shadow since the wedding incident.
Oh, the Bride of Frankenstein.
No. How old do you think I am?
Well, right now you're almost 350 years old, Captain, counting the curse.
Shut up, Jack.
Sorry, Captain. When you said wedding, I just thought...
No, it wasn't the Frankensteins. It was the Chuckies. You know, the Bride of Chucky? Ha! Jack Shadow bet me I couldn't get 50 Oreos in my mouth at the reception.
Yikes. Who would do that?
What, the 50 Oreos?
No. Serve them at their wedding.
You know, Gertie, how bad would it be to let the dead run rampant in the streets? I mean, it'll all be over in about 2 months. We're safe in the middle of the ocean on a boat. Are you smelling what I'm cooking?
Well, you would have no viewers.
Right. The curse would be lifted because television would be no more. That sounds great.
Right. And all the women in Tortuga would be decomposing.
Oh.
And smell like Reginald.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
There would be no food in the keel because we'd have literally nothing to eat.
Oh.
And there would be no more internet. So no more porn.
This is Jack Shadow. Who the blazes is this?
I'm on it. Hello, Jack. How are ya?
And how did you get my private number at the castle?
Does no one know who you are, sir?
Low profile. They all star 69 me on everything. Yes. Hello, Jack, my old fiend friend. This is Calico Drake.
Calico Drake. No, this couldn't possibly be Calico Drake because Calico Drake is dead.
No, I can assure you I'm not.
Really? Are you sure? Because I can assure you that he soon will be because Calico Drake still owes me $4,643.42.
Really, Captain?
I never said I won the Oreo game.
But $4,643?
And 42 cents.
Hello?
Say something!
Like what?
Hello?
Talk!
Drake!
You talk to him.
No, you need to do this.
Come on.
I'm switching over to FaceTime. There you are.
Huh? Oh, hi! Hi, Jack. How nice of you to call me.
I didn't call you, you bats in the belfry nutball. Where's my money?
Now, Jack, I mailed that to you years ago.
Really? To what address?
100 Castle Lane, Castletown.
Oh, okay then. Ironically, that is the address. Maybe it got lost in the mail.
Yes, maybe.
Alright, well, what do you want?
Oh, well, funny you should ask.
The handbook for the recently deceased? You mean from Beetlejuice? Why do I feel there's about to be a population explosion? You're looking for the map, or more accurately, my portion of it.
Yes. My idiot grandson disturbed the scepter of Samhain.
I heard that.
Well, I said it's really loud!
Why should I help you, freaktoid?
Well, it's kind of my responsibility to,
Oh, yes! Ha! The curse. I heard about what happened to you and your crew. Well, I guess I owe you with the code and all.
The code?
Well, even though your captain is as dumb as a bag of hammers, I was almost out there that night when your crew stumbled upon the curse.
Hey, that's right.
And if Drake wouldn't have bet me double or nothing about those Oreos again, I would have sailed with him on that fateful night.
And instead, I owed him double on the Oreo cookies bet.
Triple, actually. Very well, I'll scan and email you the map, you big jackass.
Thank you, Jack.
No, don't thank me. If it weren't for your stupidity, I would be right there next to you. Forever. By your side, hosting those monster movies with you.
Aren't you a horror host as well?
Do you want the map or not?
Yes. Be quiet, Jack.
The difference is, I don't have to be there, right next to you for all eternity. I'm happy here at my castle. And besides, seawater, not good for the sinuses. But we're not even. You still owe me for the cookie bet. Now Chucky witnessed the whole thing.
Thank you. Oh, and Jack.
Yes?
Not you, the other one.
Sorry, sir.
Shadow. I'm a man of my word. I will repay ye.
Yeah, when hell
freezes over. Yes, Mr. Bones.
Captain, we've just received an email over the open channel from a Jack Shadow at Chiller Night Theater. It has an attachment with the second part of the map.
Aye. That's one, Gertie. But finagling the other two pieces will be a real test.
We can deal with that when we get to it, Captain. Let's work on the other pieces. From what I've been monitoring, it's beginning to get bad out there.
Speaking of which, I guess we better check in and see just how bad.
You've got a real point there, Jack. I guess we better check in with a word from our sponsors and see how things are out there.
You're still going through with the Halloween special, Captain?
Well, in all honesty, Jack, what a better way to do it than a real zombie invasion? We'll be right back.
We asked, and you responded.
Hi, I wanted to call in and just tell you that I just absolutely love watching Dead and Buried Treasures. I watch it with my kids, and my kids just think the bird is awesome. And I myself love watching the ghost and horror movies. It brings back a lot of memories. I used to watch those with my parents, and I just think the show is awesome, and we need more shows like that.
Hey, I was just calling in because I wanted to say I like what you guys have got going on there. I really enjoy watching it because I used to watch shows like this back when I was a kid, and watching it brings back a little bit of nostalgia from before. And I just wish there was more shows like this on the air now, because watching it brings back all those memories of before, and it's just really nice to see all that.
Hey, I wanted to call about the show for Dead and Buried Treasures. Just wanted to say, great show, especially during this time in the way this country is. It's funny. It's just a good, entertaining type of show. My family watches it all the time. It'd be great if we actually got to see it on TV versus sitting there on the iPad watching it, or on the phone and watching it, whatever. But it's fun. It's very entertaining. Makes me laugh. At the end of the day, we need more shows like that. And I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your effort putting into it. Just a good time. I hope you keep doing it because we love watching it. Thank you very much. I just had to call and tell you that. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
There are no further messages.
Operators are standing by. Call now.
Welcome back, me hearties. It looks bad out there.
The news reports sure aren't positive any longer, Captain. You'll have to hurry.
It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
Yes, Mr. Bones.
Well, Mr. Bones, this root beer vodka is just a bit watered down, but it's almost palatable.
Why do you hate me, Drake?
I just needed a babysitter, Mr. Bones.
Yes, well, I quit.
Oh, don't quit, Mr. Bones. Not everyone can be a skilled bartender like me. Look, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show all of our viewers out there just how to make a delicious, watermelon vodka. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that one.
Oh, it will go right through me.
Oh, live a little, Davy. I tell you what, you do the make it part, I'll do the drinking part.
This isn't funny anymore, Drake. Get me out of here.
Come, Mr. Bones. This is your big chance to get away from it all.
Captain, this is not what I agreed to whatsoever.
Do you think that is such a good idea, Captain?
No, but he's out of the way in Mr. Bones' problem right now. I have the first piece of the puzzle. Now, we just need the next two.
Who is the next horror host, Captain?
She's the worst, Jack.
Beloved leader and fearless president of the VORTEXX.
What's that?
The VORTEXX is a national network for horror hosts. 24 hours a day of them, hosting monster movies, and she founded it. Silly slug, I'd like to put her head.
VORTEXX Enterprises! Happy Halloween!
On a platter full of jewels because she's just the sparkliest. Why, hello, Sluggo, you old
Slug?
Hey, who are you calling old, pal? Is that you, Drake? Are you kidding me?
You simply have the best effect on women, Drake.
I do, don't I? Hold on, let me switch you over to FaceTime. Long time, Sluggo.
Ugh, who did you finagle the ship out of now, Drake?
You two know each other?
He cheated off me in Fright School.
Not consistently.
You're lucky I still let you be on the VORTEXX.
Well, you always knew quality material when you saw it.
Ugh, do those lines actually work, Drake?
Not as often as I would hope, Sluggo, but they always worked with you.
Not this time. You stay away from me and my network.
Now, Sluggo, I'm not even in your port. I'm not even in your part of the world.
You're not? Then why are you calling me at this ungodly hour? Don't you realize Halloween is just around the corner?
I do. Believe me, I do. Look, Sluggo, we just need...
You're all favored out, Drake.
But...
Nope. Don't care. Bye-bye.
But, just one...
What did I just say?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Sluggo, will you just listen to what he has to say? Just for 10 seconds?
Hey, Drake, who's the eagle?
I am not an eagle!
A sparrow?
No!
Starling?
No!
Crow?
No!
Buzzard?
No! I'm a cockatoo!
Never would have guessed that one, but continue.
The captain's idiot grandson...
Seriously, I'm right here!
...messed with the scepter of Sam Hain.
Oh, the scepter should not be messed with.
I know, right? Well, now it's causing the dead to rise, for real.
Wait. Let me guess. You're looking for the sister scepter now, and you need the map.
Yes, and if the dead do rise, they will kill everyone. Eventually, you will lose all of your viewership, your ratings will plummet, and the VORTEXX may not be around much longer. But hey, if that's what you want...
Ha! I like him, Drake. He's got spunk. Now why the heck didn't you tell me any of this? You got the other portions of the map from Jack's Shadow?
Yes!
Dang, Jack, you should be commanding that ship.
The Swashbuckler's hunt? That's complicated.
Not that complicated. Drake won it in a poker game that...
Okay, we can move on now, Sluggo. Thank you for your help. Can we retrieve your piece of the map somehow? We need to get to a break.
Yes, of course.
Yes, Jack, thank you for clearing things up.
Jack, you and I need to talk more often. Someday I'll tell you how he lost the haunt, then won it back in a legendary hand that even Svengoolie couldn't believe. He was another horror host out of Chicago.
Okay, so Sluggo, how can I retrieve the second piece to the map?
Already done.
Huh. Even in the 21st century, faxing is still the quickest option.
There you go, all done. Drake, you need more crewmen like Jack here. I like him, which is more than I can say for you, you scallywag. Call me.
Sure, I'll call you. Well, that's two, Jack. That's two. Perfect. One more. And speaking of one more, we have one more commercial break later, me hearties, so let's get to it. We'll be right back to our Halloween special here on Dead and Buried Treasures. Let's get you back to the movie while I prep to make my final phone call.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president. Since convening this conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
Romero is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic problem with patients? Well,
Look, you go down there and tell Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't seen anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go.
For now, all we can do
We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
No place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time? How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I can only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to word, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom, are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing fast.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're sure no use at all, aren't you? You got work to do, honey. And you...
Go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah.
back in the cellar.
Go!
It's too late. It's too late.
Well, as you're coming, come on. Get in.
This key won't work.
Watch it. Watch the torch.
We gotta get away from the pump. Hang on.
Tom! Turn your cars and get out of the truck!
Let's get out of here. Come on, come on.
My jacket's gone.
Drag you out there and feed you those things.
isn't at 3 o'clock yet. There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Oh, we'd better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
Good Lord.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Anything from the supply wagon, Gus?
No, we're all right. Hey, Gasp, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, I got you.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down. As soon as you're finished, can I see you here? Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report. Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
But 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window. Get...
Welcome back, everyone!
Jack, this last host may be the most difficult of them all.
Why, Drake?
Because he's nuts. But he's also a fraternity brother of mine from Horror Host College.
Oh, that's interesting. Students and fraternity brothers. What fraternity?
Kappa Gamma Kill.
I see. Well, why do you think it would be difficult?
Well, a few years ago, he was a member of this other fraternity on campus, the Legion of Spectres.
Yeah, so?
Well, he was kind of kicked out.
Why?
Well, because I kind of started a rumor that he recorded and owned every single episode of the Teletubbies on VHS. Remember them?
What?
And he also collected Barbara Streisand records. Bought them at a flea market in Homestead.
Oh boy, is that all?
No. I also told them he thought Channing Tatum was an educated actor.
And?
Oh, and Vin Diesel deserved an Oscar for XXX.
Well, why didn't you just tell them he liked Donald Trump and his politics?
He wasn't in office yet.
Hello, who is this?
Let's raise our glasses, boys, and pledge our hosts forever.
Though life and death has its joys, an artery will sever.
Kappa Gamma Kill.
Kappa Gamma who?
Kappa Gamma Kill. Kill.
Kill!
How are you, Spectre?
Same old, same old. Head in the blender, butt in the shredder. Never been better. Who is this?
Well, good to hear it. Hold on just 1 second. I'll put you on FaceTime.
How have you been? I hear you got cursed last year. Congratulations. Good job on getting cursed. Well, but then again, somehow you got transported to the 21st century? That sounds like a full day to me. Who is this?
How are you, Spectre?
Who is this?
Calico Drake. Captain Calico Drake! He's old. Sometimes he just can't hear me. We've had our problems, and, speaking of curses, we stumbled upon one by accident.
Let me guess. Your idiot brother.
No, that's a good guess. Close. Me grandson.
How was he not with you when you inherited this curse nonsense about hosting monster movies?
You know, I don't know, but this time he's done a real number on us. He stumbled upon the Sam Hain curse.
Great. He woke the dead, huh?
Aye.
Talk about things coming up roses, or should I say, corpses! So why do you need my help? Sounds like you got things under control. And by the way, nice job! And I mean that sincerely. Wait a minute, who is this again?
Dr. Frankenstein. Jack, why do I bother?
Captain, please, if you don't, things will end in disaster.
Listen, Spooky. We need to locate the sister scepter of Sam Hain.
To counteract the curse?
Aye, to kill the dead. Again.
I'm sorry. I don't understand anything you just said.
I need your portion of the map, Spooky.
I don't have the map.
You know the one that the dean gave to you for graduation. Chilly Billy.
I'm telling you, I know the map you're talking about. And he never gave it to me. And even if he did, I wouldn't use it to kill the dead. This just in from the Department of Redundancy Department. Kill the dead!
He never gave it to you?
Seriously, did you get hit in the head with an oar? I told you I would never use it to kill the dead. He gave it to you!
He never gave it to me. What? He never gave it to... Why would I be calling you? He never gave it to me.
Yeah, right. Like I would use that for an emergency like zombies rising.
Well, that might be, Spectre, but I don't have the map. I never did. I wouldn't be calling you if I had the map.
But anyway, it's in your hat.
Me hat?
Yes, you moron. How did you ever gain command of the Swashbuckler's haunt with a map in your hat and never know it? Aren't you a pirate?
What, are you serious?
Chilly Billy put it in there. He put it in your hat when we graduated college because he didn't trust me.
How do you know that?
Well, he told me.
What did he say?
Spooky, I don't trust you.
Spooky, there's no map in me hat. There's nothing. There's not a map in me hat.
He had it sewn into the band. Look harder. I mean, he didn't trust you either, but the lesser of two evils, I guess. Who is this?
In the band? I'll be buckered.
The third piece of the map, Captain. You have all three pieces.
He didn't trust either of us, really. But that Glenda the Good Witch Sluggo knew. She knew.
From the VORTEXX.
Hey, you do what you want. I'm not your mother. But anyway, your mother always did like me best, and she would agree with me.
You're just giving it to me?
No! I'm honoring Chilly Billy's last act as dean of that college.
Horror Host College.
What?
Horror Host College.
Horror Host College?
No, not horror. Horror Host College. Horror Host.
It sounds like you keep saying Horror Host College.
Horror, not horror. Horror Host College.
Horror Host.
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 You know damn well what I'm saying, Spectre.
It never gets old. That accent of yours is worse than a Scottish butt terminal.
I can't believe I had the map the entire time. And you knew.
Well, you can believe it, whoever this is.
You knew I've had it for years, and you didn't tell me. I don't even know what to say. Wait. I do know what to say.
You mean like a thank you?
Oh, aye, yes, a big one.
Well, I'm always one for stroking my ego. Go ahead.
Well, Spooky, you are a horror host that I can really look up to for answers. I mean, you're just the greatest.
I know.
Oh, boy.
And I just wanted to say from the bottom of me cold heart that, well, I was the one who got you kicked out of the Legion of Spectres.
Wait! What? Who is this? Who is it?
Bye!
Oh, Captain, is this really necessary?
Oh, pfft. He strung me along for how long, Jack? Oh, yeah. Like we play practical jokes on each other all the time. I just wanted him to...
So, Captain, are you going to answer that?
Nope.
Because if you answer it, you know Spooky will turn you into a waste paper basket?
Yep.
Well, while the captain cringes in a corner, let's get to a break and see just how bad it is on land. You know, with a sponsor, because they're always informative and lively.
5 of us left. One of us is a murderer. I get it.
One little Indian boy left all alone. Какой ужас. So he went and hanged himself, and then there were none.
Welcome back, me hearties. I'm told by Professor Gertie that it's pretty bad out there. So I've assembled the pieces of the map together to make it complete. It's amazing what a little thread and a needle can do. But without knowing the location of where to start, it might as well be written in Chinese. Now, Gertie thinks it's a cemetery somewhere, and because of the curse, it's more than likely one from the movies. But there's literally thousands of movies out there that have cemeteries in them, so it might take a little longer than expected to see what Gertie comes up with.
And the highlighted words in the limerick?
Yes, those are the key words that help bring the map together. They're written around the perimeter of the map to form a border. X marks the spot. Yes, Professor. Any luck?
Yes. The location, according to the handbook, for the recently deceased is the Evans Cemetery in Evans City, PA.
Evans City Cemetery.
Yes.
Well, the Beetlejuice book comes in handy again. Evans City Cemetery. That can't be a coincidence.
Is that important?
Yes.
Why is that, Captain?
Evans City Cemetery is where it all began. It's the cemetery where the original Night of the Living Dead was produced. There's even a museum in its town dedicated to the film and its sequels.
What now, Drake?
Now, we're bound for the Evans City Cemetery where zombie movies all began. Mr. Bones, plot us a course. for the river that runs parallel to the Evans City Cemetery. The home of Night of the Living Dead. Ah, Chilly Billy. You're a piece of work.
I still can't believe that you had the final piece to the map all this time and had no clue.
Well, that's one thing us Drakes are notorious for, Professor Gardy.
Stupidity?
Wrong place at the wrong time?
Wearing the wrong color after Labor Day?
The smell?
No. Fixing our own mistakes. Well, I'm here. The Evans Cemetery. I should have known. Dean Cardill even told me to keep things under me hat when he gave it to me in the first place, but that's always been a saying that us pirates just say to each other and to other pirates. Keeping it under your hat is what pirates do with a map to buried treasure. Or in this case, playing your cards close to your vest. But where to start? Gertie, let's see that map.
Captain, do you think it was wise leaving the ship to go ashore alone on Halloween with all of this zombie nonsense going on?
No, but I think it's best that I'm here alone to solve this riddle. I don't have to keep my eye on anything else.
I'm just saying, Captain, that I could have blended in better.
I appreciate the sentiment, Mr. Bones, but if something does happen to me, you know what to do.
Right. Get a new captain.
Get a new job?
Drink?
Yes, thank you. You can polish me off.
We need a place to start. And I think I would start where the entire movie this cemetery is dedicated to begins.
Where would that be, Captain?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
That makes sense. The first key word contains Blair in it, and it goes on to form the limerick. Perhaps that is a map in itself.
Exactly. Well, read the limerick to me one more time, Professor Gardy.
You've made it this far, it's difficult to bear. The exorcist star is there in your despair.
The star of the exorcist.
Is Linda Blair!
That's correct, Jack. So the logical place to start would be the tombstone that started it all in Night of the Living Dead. The Blair tombstone. And here we are. This is where Johnny in the movie said his immortal line, "They're coming to get you, Barbara." What's next, Professor?
To guide your ship, you'll follow the stars by the light of the Little Dipper. Much like a woman, you'll keep it together unless you're Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Well, I'm at a loss now, Captain. Do you come back to the ship and follow the stars?
Jack the Ripper. No. There it is. A tombstone with the word Ripper on it. What's next, Professor?
You won't need a ship, the path you'll find to chart you for the day. Stepping stones are what you'll need to send you on your way.
Way. There it is.
I don't understand. What's happening, Captain Drake?
It's ingenious. Way. It's like Dean Cardille talking to me from the dead.
What's happening, Captain Drake? I don't understand.
Mr. Bones, Chilly Billy has left a map for referring to the Evans Cemetery. A limerick is written on the back, around the perimeter of the map. Now that we have all three pieces, it completes the puzzle. The map told us where to go. The limerick provides the clues. Stepping stones are what we'll need refers to the headstones in the cemetery. And to get us on our way, here is a stone that literally reads, way. In the literal sense, Dean Cardille has us jumping from tombstone to tombstone. What's next, Professor?
Let me see here. A slayer's name is what you need. Her given name is Buffy, but her family name is the key to this, so you aren't in a huffy.
A slayer. A vampire. What rhymes with vampire? Ah! Quagmire?
No. You have it all wrong. You're looking for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but the map says her family name is the key.
Ah! Buffy!
No, that's her given name, yes, but her family name is her last name.
Buffy Summers.
I think so. There it is, Summers.
Oh, I like this game, Captain. It's fun.
It's not a game, Mr. Bones, but we are getting closer. Summers. The entire sky around me just turned black and white, and some type of peculiar fog is beginning to roll in.
Black and white, Captain?
Yes. Just like the movie Night of the Living Dead, the incantation Professor Gardy is reading, combined with the map, the headstone, pathway, and the curse, must be doing this.
Well, it's still fun.
It's hardly fun, you ignoramus. The dead are rising, and I can see one in the distance. Quickly, Gertie, what's next?
Ah! Will you be all right, Captain?
I'm fine, I'm armed. What's next, Professor?
A famous author is the key. His first name is simply Stephen. His last name is English royalty, if that's something you believe in.
English royalty. English royalty. Duchess? Queen?
Diana? Oh, come on, you were all thinking it. She was a princess.
Well, there's one that reads English, but it hardly completes the... Wait. There it is. A king. Stephen King.
Captain, I've been monitoring the news reports, and you need to hurry. The good news is that the events seem to be localized, but the bad news is they're growing.
I'm going as fast as I can. Here it is. King. Stephen King. What's next, Professor?
Pirates drink rum, some drink bourbon, to see you through in a cinch. None drink milk, perhaps they should, but this will do in a pinch.
In a pinch. In a pinch. Pinch. Coffee. Bourbon.
You know what I could go for right now? An ice-cold Fresca. Remember Fresca, Jack?
Oh boy. No.
A pirate drinking substitute. No, not bourbon. Not rum. Wait. How about beer? Well, here we go. Beer.
Amazing, Captain. This pathway is amazing.
I agree, but as long as it's correct and within eyesight, Professor. What's next?
The Sister Scepter is at hand, in case you haven't heard. A final clue after this one would be shaken and not stirred.
Well, that would be James Bond.
Bond. James Bond. Is there anyone who looks more fabulous inside a tuxedo?
Yes. But which one? Which one is the best?
Oh, Roger Moore was the best.
No, Sean Connery was the best.
No. Pierce Brosnan lit my fire.
Although Daniel Craig did seem tougher.
Tougher than Sean Connery?
No.
Way. That's an
Pierce
argument for a
Brosnan
movie
No,
critic or
Sean
something.
Connery was the best.
It doesn't matter. Bond by any other name is still Bond. Found it. Bond. And the last clue, Professor.
What you seek is at hand in order to calm things down. A literal wish is the best to rotate that silly frown.
Well, rotating a frown would be a smile, right?
Aye. And a literal wish.
We want to return things back to normal? Is that literal enough? Is anyone there named Normal, Captain?
Maybe it's a wish, Captain. Like making a wish.
You really think making a wish will work, Jack?
Hey, you're the one running around the Evans Cemetery graveyard trying to prevent the apocalypse. What else you got?
He has a point, Captain.
Making a wish.
It's worth a try, Captain.
Aren't you just trying to make peace again?
What did you say, Reginald?
Make peace. Aren't you just trying to make peace again?
Make peace. Make peace. That's it, believe it or not.
What is it, Captain?
This is it. A tombstone with the word on it to literally make peace. Now what, Gertie?
That's it. There's no more limerick. It just stops.
And I'm out of time.
What is it, Captain?
We've come so far, Captain. There has to be an answer here.
What about an anagram?
An anagram for make peace?
Yes, yes, yes! Chilly Billy loved that type of ridiculousness. An anagram. Now, what kind of an anagram can we make out of the word make peace?
Is this really the best use of our time?
You know, Captain, even the Beetlejuice book said not to read his name 3 times.
Really? What's the book say now?
An anagram.
Well, Mr. Bones, you love those silly puzzles. Go to work.
Yeah, you're like Rain Man with these things.
Let's see. Words you can make out of make peace.
You know, Mr. Bones, today would be nice. I only have 1 shot left, and I'm down to decapitating with my sword.
Okay. Don't rush me. Let's see. Words you can make out of make peace.
Mr. Bones.
Peace. Case.
Davy?
Came.
Don't rush me.
That's it, Mr. Bones. It's now or never.
Davy?
Mr. Bones!
Okay. I have it.
In order to make peace, like the tombstone reads, you have to use the letters more than once, but you can still make one. The anagram is make a map a mace.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
Make the map a mace.
Well, there's only one way I know to do that.
Roll it up.
Do it, Professor.
Done. Now what? Captain! Captain, it worked!
Wow! That was just a shot in the dark! I am on fire! Seriously!
I'll be buggered. Do it, Gertie.
What?
Make the wish!
I did! Nothing's happening.
Wait. That's because Reginald needs to make the wish.
What?
Reginald made the original wish, and he caused all of this. The Sister Scepter is a counteract scepter and spell! Reginald is the catalyst. Reginald is the catalyst. He needs to read the spell and make the wish. Oh, this isn't going to end well.
Reginald, let's go. You need to make the enchantment.
A what?
Just take the scepter and say the enchantment.
What enchantment? Do I have to do this?
Ah, damn it, Reggie! Just say the word make peace!
Make peace?
Well, I'll be buggered. He did it!
Captain, what happened?
He did it. Reginald did it. The enchantment was successful. The zombies are dropping. In fact, it's like they were never here.
Oh yes, Reginald did it. He did everything. Congratulations, Reginald, on solving the anagram thing.
That is so great, Columbo. It really is. Now, can we talk a little less about you and a little bit more about me? For example, since it's impossible to garnish a drink or a meal around here without the limelight, can I at least get something simple? Like a venti iced skinny hazelnut macchiato with sugar-free syrup, 2 pumps, not 3, extra shot, light ice, no whip. God. What the hell? Just give me the whip.
How about a lashing?
That means the zombies will be dropping worldwide.
And what a perfect time, too. The end of the movie is here. Let's get you back to Night of the Living Dead, where I believe, simultaneously, the zombies there might be dying off as well.
Sal, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You still here, Bill?
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard Den. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm going to check in the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
We
They need you down there by the barn. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
Okay, come over. A group of police in the other park. He's a dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Send the wagon through directly out. Over.
Some more torch. Keep those dogs back off of those things.
Go more quickly. Please. Let's go, back there. That's the way. Hey, Randy, light these torches over here. People in the back, way in the back,
Well, me hearties, that was a close call.
Well, in fairness, Captain, it was our Halloween special.
Close? That last segment alone went on for what? 20 minutes? Hell, I forgot the movie we were hosting.
Yes, well, this makes the transition even smoother. Thank you, Calico, for stopping at Starbucks on your way back.
My pleasure. should have seen the Starbucks lady when I walked in there dressed up like this. I wasn't even wearing my Sunday best.
I'm sure Dean Cardell would have been proud.
Well, Captain, this was an unusual Halloween for sure, but we couldn't have saved the world again without our guests.
Right. Who?
A special thanks to the Spooky Spectre from FRIGHT NIGHT THEATRE, Sluggo from the 24-hour horror host network, the VORTEXX, and Jack Shadow from Chiller Night Theater.
Oh, yes. Who?
Captain, you have to at least acknowledge your fellow horror host who saved the world with you. What a crossover show this was.
Fine, I do. And more importantly, we hope you enjoyed tonight's movie, a real classic, Night of the Living Dead. And let's not forget that we also obtained both scepters, both scepters of Samhain, and they're now in a safe place, away from troubled eyes.
I heard that. I'm right here.
Oh boy.
Now I imagine, Reginald, that you'll be wanting to get back to your ship, or your yacht, or your law office, or whatever it is. Thank you for coming.
Oh, speak for yourself, Calico. I was giving some consideration to staying until Black Friday.
Black Friday, yes. You mean Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes. I heard the movie you're having, and
a whole month?
Well, only because Jack and Davy both have excellent fashion advice.
Oh, yes. yes. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I like it around here. In fact,
oh, yes, how nice. That sounds wonderful.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, Captain, what is the movie for next time?
Jack, I'm right in the middle of something here. I mean...
Oh, boy.
You know, Jack, now that Halloween is over, it's time to focus on gathering your family for a Thanksgiving dinner party, much like the way Agatha Christie likes to gather her victims, her guests. Yes, on a remote island for a dinner party. And murder them. Next time, while you're preparing to chow down on stuffing and turkey, and 10 guests are invited to an island only to have a killer knock them off one by one until there are none, appropriately titled Jack, and then there were none. Do the math. The classic Agatha Christie Killfest, whodunit. Next time on Dead and Buried Treasures. You won't want to miss it. Plus, a special guest, YouTube sensation Papa from Cooking with Papa, boards me boat to give us some culinary advice to cook with this Thanksgiving. So, me hearties, with the cosmos order restored and Halloween nearing its end, remember there's only one place you can venture where it's Halloween all year long. That's right, right here for your weekend haunts, Fridays and Saturday nights at 11, with our pre-show at 10:30 on our flagship station, BPTV. Additional weekend haunts at midnight and more are on PCTV, and a hearty welcome to our newest affiliates in Fayette County and portions of Washington County, specifically near California University, Pennsylvania on CUTV. Ah, what a channel. There's a great channel. As we welcome our newest viewers for mayhem and debauchery on Thursday nights at 8 to launch you and your weekend haunts. Welcome aboard, mateys. That's Thursdays at 8 on CUTV.
This was a long one, Drake. Anything else?
Well, only a jaunty tune from Harmonica Hank, who's been practicing for all of Halloween and the special tonight, you know, before it took a turn. As we leave you tonight, mateys, we do so with some of the sights and sounds of the Night of the Living Dead Museum in Evans City, where you were on location tonight. If you haven't visited it yet, you should, particularly at this time of the year, and especially if you like the Living Dead movies. And until next time, you scallywags, remember, it's a pirate's life for me. Right, Jack?
A parrot's life for me, Captain.
Aye.
And a daiquiri life for me.
Are you still here?
What, are you kidding? If you had no locks on your doors, I'd never leave. Stop.
Only 1 month more to go. Only 1 month more. From the Swashbucklers haunt ya lifeboat leeches. We'll see you next time. Happy Halloween. Hit it, Hank! Yeah.
Don't miss the absolute worst in monster movie mayhem on Dead and Buried Treasures. You know, Captain, we should be recording this.
You know, Jack, we should be recording
this weekend and every Friday and Saturday night at 11 with our pre-show live at 10:30 on this Fright Network affiliate and our Facebook and YouTube pages, if you dare.
Is it wrong that I want their autograph?